Hey, welcome all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, Pfunk, thinking right out here in my lab. What I do for you. Got something nice for you today too. Let's go. Writing 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message to the story. Life lessons that I give. You tune in and receive them. I hope they're working out for you. We got a good thing going. Let's ride. Right thinking mission. And that's what I'm on. It's to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Quick phrase: ignorant people play checkers, spiritual people play chess. There's a difference. All right, let's go. Right thinkers, way of life through mental thinking and spiritual feeling. Spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka to know thyself. If you don't want to put the work in, you don't want to know yourself. There's little things you got to do to find yourself. So that's why everybody don't do it. So that's my mission, is to have all right thinkers at least know themselves. So I do all I could to help you along the way. That's why I give you lessons every day. Let's go to question. Do you know you? Yeah, I know who I am. Yeah, you know I put it about that. It's rhetorical. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Simple as that. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. They're willing to be taught. So you teach them. That's what I do what I do for you. You know, I appreciate you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know that's their right is dangerous. So I avoid them. You should too. A person who knows but knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. The spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. So that's why I do what I do. It's all for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my app, be true. Oh, we got this thing going now, and I appreciate you. All my right thinkers that's tuning in and liking the things I'm doing, I appreciate you too. This is another one for you. This is a lesson. Right thinkers, let's talk about knowledge. Is learning required? Wisdom is when you apply that knowledge and have experience to go with it. So wisdom experiencing what you learn. I tell you, I study, I read. Why? So I can implement what I learn and teach it to others. As I learn it, I live it, I give it to you, and you can do the same. So it's like feeding the baby. Before you give them that milk, you make sure it ain't gonna hurt them. When I was a drug dealer, I made sure I sampled all my drugs. As a master chef, I just told the guy, I taste all my food before I give it to you. Sorry, I'm getting a little excited. Calm down. I'm feeling good today. I'm sorry, So, all right, relax. All right. Knowledge is learning. Having knowledge is a good thing, but having knowledge turns into what? Wisdom with what? The experience of the knowledge that you learn when you implement it, when you actually use it. Now you got something. Knowing things are good. That's what I studied for, to learn things, to put them together, manipulate them, conceptualize them, and then put it to a package where I can conceptualize it into a lesson. I hope I can give it to somebody that can benefit from it. That's what I do for you. Knowing things are good, but using the knowledge to live by is even better. And that's what wisdom is brought on by the experience that you use from the knowledge that you gain. You live it, you become wise. I want to be a wise man. Why? Because I want to acquire experience to give lessons to those less fortunate and who are in search of the information that I have. So this is my platform to do that. This is my classroom. Welcome to my world. Let's go. Spiritual knowledge, aka spiritual truth, can and it should be learned and lived by all, starting at the youngest age. Our education system should be predicated on spiritual enlightenment, not the ABCs and one, two, threes. when you have knowledge of self and you use said knowledge for what? Experience, which turns into wisdom. Again, knowing about something, yeah, that's fine, yeah. But when you implement it and you become knowledgeable of it through wisdom and experience, that's the best part. Your best teacher is what? The experience. So as an experienced person through life, I've had enough experiences to have a few concepts and viewpoints that I can help you out with. That's what I'm saying. So understand that. I ain't claim to be the smartest person. No, I have nonsense. No, I just have some experiences that I can share. Okay, there we go. Where we at? Okay, true knowledge, mental energy, along with what? Spirit. So you got the heart, mind, coherence. That's my favorite concept. Why? Because that's true consciousness. When the heart and mind work together one, you are conscious of yourself, aka know thyself. You are conscious, aka God conscious. What you conscious of? God. Yeah, I get excited. Yeah. Knowledge, again, is intellect. Why? Learning and obtaining information. To do what with it? Use for self-improvement. Some people use it for ill-gotten gains. We know about them, but guess what? We let karma take care of that. I've been saying that forever. So I deal in the good side. We got Mayat over here. Isfet over here. Isfet is pure evil. That's all he care about, chaos. He keep it going. You know, some people like that. But we give the ego that credit, but it's really Isfet. Another lesson. But moving on. Again, having knowledge of things. So moving on. I'll give you that lesson. Knowing thyself. That's the highest spiritual level of a human being. Why? That's what we're here for. Newsflash. Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff that we can do now, distraction, all that nonsense. And that's there to what? Distract you from what? Find who you are. Some people don't want you to know who you are. I'm not one of them. I want you to know who you are, okay? So some people don't like what I'm doing. Don't care about them either. But the concept and those who do, that's what I do it for. The 30, 40 people, I ain't mad at you. I love you all. So moving on. And when you reach the highest spiritual level, we call it nihas. Christians call it blissed out. Indians call it nirvana. Nirvana, yeah, whatever it is. But yeah, Mahdi, all that saying the same thing. Buddha, waking up, finding themselves, self-discovery. All these phrases are saying is all about saying, know thyself. Okay? And you can reach that height through what? Self-knowledge and putting in the work and manifesting the goodness for yourself and receive the blessings that will come to you for doing just that. I ain't saying go and get a college degree and make a bunch of money and God gonna bless you. Could care less a bunch of degrees and your money. He care about your moralistic deeds. It's a spiritual thing. Knowing thyself. Excuse me. Knowledge can be gained from books, and I got a bunch of them. I got a bunch of knowledge. But watch this. But to be used, excuse me, knowledge can be gained from books, but to be used, you will have to what? Put that knowledge to work to get wisdom to experience it. Knowing about it, don't do you any good. I had a bunch of knowledge. I'm sitting around the house just studying, just accumulating this information. Ain't doing nothing with it. It wasn't doing nobody no good, more or less me. So I give it away. It's like accumulating. I got a bunch of knowledge, so that's why I give it away. Moving on. Knowledge of self, watch this, will allow your mind to be free from what? Worldly things. I call it distraction. I want a new car. I want a big house. I want a pretty, all that. Those are all distractions because you can't take none of that with you. But your conscious, your spirit, your free will, use them now wisely because it'll serve you later. Trust me. With intellect, self-knowledge, understanding, and the wisdom, you're ready to what? Obtain salvation. That's you getting what you deserve at Judgment Day. So if you think Jesus Christ will stand in for you at Judgment Day, no, salvation is earned by every individual. You don't need a mediator for your salvation. You're responsible for that. Understand it? Right thinking philosophy will, with right thinking philosophy, watch this, your unconscious That's that hidden part of your unconscious is cleansed of what? Wrong thinking with what? Right actions. When you do the right thing, I can think all the bad thing I want. I can rant and rave about what I want, let the ego have its way. But my actions will dictate my reward or my circumstance, my consequences. If I do what's right, I will be rewarded. If I do what I want to do, oh, I got to pay for that. It's self-defeating when you get caught cheating. Some people don't like paying dues. And if I know I got to pay, I won't play. Simple. So knowing before makes all the difference in the world. Find out after don't mean jack. Monday morning quarterback ain't never won a game. Moving on. Let me get this on. Okay, slow down. Let's talk about wisdom. Well, I'm what? Again, wisdom is gaining and employing that knowledge that you gain through your experiences. Hello, there you go. By what? Living by them daily, and you would accumulate the experiences so that you would be what? Master of yourself, and you can distribute your lessons to anybody who wants to listen, who look and see and think that you're doing something, you get their attention. Some people like the hat, some like the glasses, some like whatever you like, whatever. But I'm trying to get everybody in. I don't care who you are. I want to get my lesson across to those who need it. That's my point. Moving on. Now, right wisdom, aka spiritual enlightenment, reaching nirvana, aka the way to end suffering. I don't suffer through ignorance of myself. A lot of us still suffering through the ignorance. They call it the veil of ignorance. Lift the veil with what? Knowledge and understanding, experiences for the wisdom. Then you no longer suffer ignorance. I ain't saying bad things ain't gonna happen to you. I ain't saying stuff to know, but you won't suffer self-ignorance of knowledge from not knowing who you are. Right understanding. See, these are some things that my right thinkers got to understand. I want to break it down for you step as I go. Right understanding is what? Learning how to see the world as it is. Take off the rainbow colored glasses and see the world for what it is. For all y'all ignorant, innocent people, that's fine. But sooner or later, the glasses got to come off unless you have magic glasses. Give you a lesson about that too. So what I see through my eyes ain't going to change. I'm good though. All right. But when you see the world for what it truly is, lift the veil of what? Ignorance. I just try to tell you, that's what's keeping you suffering through what? Ignorance of self. Know thyself, be happy. Like my man, the Jamaican guy, don't worry, be happy. Worrying means you're ignorant. You don't know things. Get knowledge, understand yourself, and be happy. I feel good. But I know myself. Regardless of the situation and circumstance that you got to go through, if you ain't happy from within, that's going to dictate how you feel. That's not a good thing. Don't let the outside world dictate the inside of you. It should go the other way around. Right thoughts. Again, here we go. Back to my neighborhood. Right thoughts is understanding thoughts have great power. Again, the thought have power only when you what? Put the action with it. If it's a negative and bad thought. Okay. But if it's perverted, whatever it is, but it's only a thought. It only counts when you put it into effect. You can think whatever. But when you start acting, you're responsible. That's the action that we all have to realize. Karma is just that. Whatever action you perceive, you gotta be responsible. Understand that? So your thoughts have great power on oneself. Watch this. What we think or focus our thoughts on, we become that. We are what we think we are. We are who we believe we to be. Most of us, some of us. But if you don't know, how could you live up to that expectation of yourself? So knowing that self is all these qualities that you have to make that possible. So, right effort. Some people are mentally lazy or spiritually, they don't want, they just think God gonna just make stuff happen. So the phrase, prayer without no works. Yeah, you can pray, oh God, but if you ain't doing nothing, right effort is what? The determination and perseverance of one's spiritual discipline on a day-to-day basis to hold it down. I've been watching my pastor do what he's doing for a long time. I've been hanging out with him now for 10 years. It's rubbing off. I got no problem with that. Okay, moving on. Now, your disciplines were to transcend one's lower nature. I was living on lower nature. I was doing me. That's the ego. Your ego is your lower nature. Understand that. When you get spiritually enlightened, your higher nature takes over. Lower nature's still there. He just don't have no say so. He got no control. He can rant and all he want. That's the ego. That's what he do. If you give him control, then you would be that one ranting and you'd be acting out. Your ego's conscious, your ego personality is not a good look for those who don't even know they have an ego. All right, here you go. Right mind, right mindfulness. See, all this stuff is stuff that all dealing with what? This thing on your shoulders, between your ears. Right mindfulness is what? Learning how to be aware of what? Everything at all times, not acting automatically. If I would react to my ego situation, I'd have long been doing something I regretted. So not acting out automatically, reacting to events like an animal. Okay, I'm not that. I'm a right thinker. So I conduct myself in a proper manner. I end up doing the right thing, conducting myself in the right manner, and that way I still receive my blessings. The situation will take care of itself. Circumstances will work itself out. I got no control over that. What I did control is me. Self-mastery. Now, right meditation. If you're not in a meditator, then you're not dealing with your higher self. You're depriving yourself of something that you need to do for yourself. Don't nobody benefit from your meditation but you. So you want to tell people, I meditate. I could care less. That's my time. Our time to commune with your higher self. That's the whole purpose of it. So I hear people, well, I meditate. So what? Personal. All right, here you go. Now, okay, your spiritual knowledge, okay, self-knowledge is what I learned. And over a 30-year period of time, I've gotten pretty good at it. So what? I teach it. The way to transcend into your higher form of consciousness is what? To know thyself, live righteous, virtuous lifestyle on a day-to-day basis, treat people right, do the right thing, and miraculous things that happen. Oh, it's a miracle. No, it's just God's way. And those who are obedient to that way, oh, know that. Quick. I thought, my mother is funny. She's spiritual. She got all together. I didn't know that. So she said, baby, you ain't the first person to find God. Touche. So we good. I ain't the first person. I get it. I ain't the only one. Again, I get it. But for those who don't know, I'm just trying to help you out. It's the ways you can do to find out for yourself. You're not to believe what the pastor say or what I say. There's things you can do to find out for yourself. That's right. Thinkers right. Moving on. I got to get this thing going. I'm seeing it's eating up the time. Sorry about that. Right thinking philosophy teaches what? Not to intentionally take the life of any creature, large or small. Okay? Killing is not part of our program. Right thinking philosophy, these are things you need to be understanding. Teaches you not to take anything which is not freely given. You don't take stuff that's not yours because it's stealing. Right thinking philosophy teaches you not to be indulgent in irresponsible sexual behavior. Again, rise above your lower nature. If you living below your waist, then sexual behaviors and irresponsible things be part of your lifestyle. I know guys still doing living below their waist. So, nonetheless, I want to get to y'all too. I got something for y'all. Right thinking philosophy teaches you not to speak falsely. Lying, bigging yourself up, making yourself bigger. Come on, man, ego tripping. Not speaking falsely, abusively, or maliciously about or towards anyone. Respect should be given verbally. Right thinking teaches you, okay, is against, right thinking philosophy is against, listen, the consuming of alcohol and illegal drugs. And for all you tree burners, it's legal now. So it's not an illegal drug. For all you powder people and all your chemicals, that's illegal. Still. So, well, you do. Probably got to call the kettle black. I don't do them things, so that's why I can speak about them. Last one, appreciate the time. I know it's a little long. Let me wrap this up right quick. We're going to go to speed lesson. All right. Things right thinkers should know, okay? Gain from daily experiences in their life. Watch this. A right thinker must study and practice right thinking philosophy when daily and without interruption. Take that time out. Take that time out. I carve out my time to do what I do for me. If you, well, I am so busy, I can't find the time. That's a you problem. Okay. Right thinking philosophy followers must be used. Right thinking philosophy must be used for what? Self improvement of your self knowledge and improving your character, not to be used for mistreatment of other people because you might have a little more knowledge than them, play the mind games. That's not what right thinking philosophy is for. Simple. I give you knowledge for self, of self, to improve self, not to use other people who are less knowledgeable of themselves. Right thinkers must be kind, respectful to who? All other right thinkers, no matter what, always show respect to one another. That's a spiritual thing. Okay, that's anybody who God's fearing, and we all God's children. So you show respect across the board. Don't pick and choose. Well, I don't like him. I don't like him. No, it ain't about that. Okay. And when they mistreat you, when they do things to you, then you can change your opinion about them and deal with them accordingly. That's all. Right thinkers must never be bullies or mistreat your spiritual brothers and sisters. These are like commandments that I live by. These are tenets that I personally live by. And if you're gonna follow the tenets, these are tenets that you have to set forth for yourself also. That's how it works. That's what I'm saying. Last one. A right thinker must never be aggressive, greedy, or boisterous, aka act out of ignorance. A right thinker always conduct themselves in a respectful manner, even when the situation ain't to their liking. I'm still working on that, but I'm getting better. I appreciate this time. I'll be back.